Cheers, everyone. Good evening, Andy. Hi, Georgina. Cheddar tuning in. Hello, Cheddar. Okay, we can take that out. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? Are you all right? So we've got Andy here, and we've got Georgina from Cheddar tuning in. Thanks for joining me on Swill's Sunday session number 6. And it's the end of May. So, yeah, I hope you're all well. Thank you for coming back again. I hope you watched Cush's session last night. And let's see, you might be in a different location for the next one. Who knows? We might all be in a different location for the next one, mightn't we? So, I didn't even put out I put out a few big hints, but then I think the hints got so big. So tonight's session this evening's session is going to take us back to the early 90s, and when the Men That Couldn't Hang decided to take a little break in 1991. It was a very weird thing for the men to do. We were at the absolute peak. We supported David Bowie twice in 1990, and we were doing huge tours across Europe, and everything was going swimmingly. Andy, maybe watching, Andy Cheeseman, our manager, really advised us not to take a split. Well, in fact, it was going to be a complete break. But Andy said, look, if you have to, just take a break. Please don't throw all this away. So anyway, we took a reasonably long break in the end. And I think I might have said in a previous session that if you're in a band, or maybe it's just the Men That Couldn't Hang, but I doubt it's just the Men That Couldn't Hang, it gets into your blood. It is like a serious addiction. And I think maybe, that's another reason why we might have taken a bit of a hiatus as well, was the fact that, we were kind of caning it quite a lot, really. We were living in each other's pockets. Paul Cousins tunes in on these. He's a good friend of ours, and he was on Nuclear Submarines. So, it's not quite as, condensed as that, but not too far off it. Probably more unhealthy, actually, thinking about it. So anyway, we decided to take a break. And the weird thing about that as well is we were all together all the time. And I remember the first weekend after we said we were going to give it a break, we were all in the pub together, playing pool, kind of mourning the fact that we weren't out doing gigs. Anyway, we decided to stick to our guns. And but me and Paul decided that we would continue to make some music in the meantime. So we formed a band called Liberty Cage. And Liberty Cage was a very enjoyable time. We only made 2 albums, strangely enough. We made 2 official albums. We made this one, Sleep of the Just. And actually, we didn't make 2 albums. We made this glorious EP with Paul Howard singing the title track on there, I'll Keep It With Mine, a Bob Dylan song. So I don't think I'm going to do anything from the EP, but I'm going to do some tracks from the album and some other odds and ends. And nearly everything tonight is a request. Keep them coming. It's hard to kind of keep track of all the requests. A lot of people requesting similar songs, but this is the first one, and we actually filmed this for a TV program. I don't know whatever happened to that bit of film. Who we got now? Mine just seems to be stuck. Hi Dean. Dean's popped up, and now Johan. Hi Johan. Hi Mark. Greetings from Wiltshire. Wiltshire. Yeah, okay, well, more of that next week perhaps. So, without further ado, as we say. Beat the intro. Was a Tuesday afternoon, not an afternoon too soon, when a human sent gets behind on the rent. Yes, he was an awkward sod. All the neighbours thought him odd. He encouraged funny looks with his lighter full of books. One dirty day on the Holly Street estate, one tenant died and dead at the age of 78. Whatever way you play your cards, you're at the mercy of the gods. and he always pulled our help. Said he'd do it all by himself, but he left us dead, and we can't forget. Yes, we took his books away, well, we'd given him too much pay. If we hadn't got it back, they'd have given us the sack. One dirty day on the Holly Street estate, one tenant died in dead at the age of 78. Whatever way you play your cards, you're at the mercy of the gods. Sleep in the peace of the just, peace in the sleep of the just. Yeah, now. Anyway, a terrible year, and I think he must have felt it near, maybe with relief, that he went underneath Tuesday afternoon. Not an afternoon too soon, when a human cent gets behind on the rent. One dirty day on the Honey Street estate, one tenant died and dead at the age of 78. Whatever way you play your cards, you're at the mercy of the gods. Sleep in the peace of the just, sleep in the peace of the just, peace in the sleep of the just. Evening, way. One dirty day on the Holly Street estate, one tenant died and at the age of 78. Whatever way you play your cards, you're at the mercy of the gods. You're at the mercy of the gods. You're at the mercy of the gods. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mercy of the gods. Thank you very much. Who we got now? Rod and Penny in Chelmsford. Yeah. How you doing? Oh, Sean, how you doing? We'll have to get back and do some of that Ordinary Giants stuff again soon. Hi to Glasgow as well. Hiya, Helen. How you doing? Thanks for the little thing you put up yesterday, was it? Anyway, so yeah, Mercy of the Gods. So that, I think, was the opening track. No, it wasn't the opening track. It was the opening track for tonight. And yeah, so Liberty Cage. Amongst the various members of Liberty Cage, the hardcore, if you like, was Paul Simmonds and me, and his brother Neil Simmonds. We also had Nick Muir played piano and accordion with us. We had Dave Ohm drumming. We had Simon Lohman drumming. Dave Kent, of course, on harmonica and singing too. In fact, there's in the credits for the album, you'll see there's a credit to Nixon. Nixon, the Black Lab. So Nixon, I think you can just about see him there at the back there. Nixon was Dave's guide dog at the time. So that meant we had lots of adventures travelling around with a guide dog on tour. We got into some unusual situations, actually, in some places, mostly in pubs. I won't say, I was going to say where, but it's too much of a generalisation. But yeah, it's very surprising, that sort of reaction that gave. But anyway, back to Neil. So Neil Simmonds, Paul's brother, now lives in Thailand, and we've been chatting. He's got a Bandcamp page, neilsimmonds.bandcamp.com, easy to find, so go and have a look at his. And I see someone's put Liberty Cage Live album up there, totally unofficial, I'm sure. It's on Paul and Naomi's Bandcamp page, so it is official. Go and buy it from there. Where was I? I was with Neil, wasn't I? Yeah. So his Bandcamp page, unlike mine and Paul's, everything on his one is free. So go there. What have you got to lose? I mean, actually, on my one, these are free. You can download these for free. I don't want to plug it too much. What Bandcamp? What swillodgers.co.uk? That link that takes you to my Bandcamp page. I had a lot of coffee earlier. And you can also get that on there. You can get this album. It's very rare. I think there's only about half a dozen copies left. So anyway, Neil kindly sent me the chords to one of his songs that we did with Liberty Cage. And I've never played this one before. I never played this on the guitar before. So it's kind of fingers crossed. In fact, just before we went live, I went to have a go and I completely forgot one of the chords. So, it's a live thing. It doesn't matter if I completely forget the chords, does it? The point is, it's a song you will not have heard me playing before. And then on this song, you might find the second thread that's running through today. Anyway, see if you can beat the intro on this one. Do you sleep asleep? Are the just? When push comes to shove, do needs come to must? Do you feel the love? Do you feel the lust? And when desire comes to call, do you feel lost to it all? So I've got to start again. That sounded so good. Hang on, I'm just going to go. Do you see the sleep of the just? Oh, when push comes to shove, do needs come to must? Do you feel the love? Do you feel the lust? When desire comes to call, do you feel lost to it all? So here we are, throwing stones at the sea. No one told you it would be easy if we're just flesh and blood and bone. Make sure the life you live is your own. Bye-bye. Life can break your heart, crush your spirit and seal your soul. But time will mend your heart and mend your spirit and free your soul. Of the just, oh, when push comes to shove, do needs come to must? You feel the love? Do you feel the lust? And when desire comes to call, you feel lost to it all. So here we are, throwing stones at the sea. No one told you it would be easy if we're just flesh and blood and bone. Make sure the life you live is your own. Life can break your heart, crush your spirit and seal your soul. But time will mend your heart, just let your spirit free your soul. Did you keep the faith? Did you keep the trust? You sleep well in the years before flesh turns to dust. You toe the line, follow behind. You know what's right, keep your own peace of mind. So here we are, throwing stones at the sea. No one told you it would be easy if we're just flesh and blood and bone. Make sure the life you live is your own. Make sure the life you live is your own. Make sure the life you live, life you live, life you live is your own. So close. So close. Well, there was lots of requests for various Liberty Cage songs, and some that I'll have to do in another session. How's it sounding? All right. One of the finest bands to visit Taunton. Absolutely. Well, we really loved going to Taunton. That's not Cider. Last week was Cider. But yes, Taunton was always a glorious place to go to. So that song there, when we recorded it, let's have a look at the sleeve notes here. So we recorded it in Vons, and Julia Walters, who did the backing vocals on Throwing Stones at the Sea, was a receptionist at the studio, and she seemed very nice, and she told us that she could sing. And so she came in and did this amazing backing vocal on there, really tremendous backing vocal. And so as a reward, we all took her to the pub, and we all got completely drunk. And when we got back to the studio manager was quite upset with Julia. We did, say that it was all of our, it was our fault, but that didn't seem to hold water anyway. So yeah, the other theme on this one is the sea. So you got Throwing Stones at the Sea, and as I was putting this together, the Men Are Gonna Hang anyway have a lot of connections with the sea, as I'm sure you know. But I was looking at these songs, and some I put in deliberately that swayed my judgment when I decided to put them in. I thought, well, they've got this connection with sea and stones. So this one was written by Dave Kent and John the Coat. So they wrote two songs on there. One you might have heard, I put on as a little intro. One was a sort of instrumental, and the other one was this song. So this goes out to Dave Kent, and it also goes out to John the Coat and his lovely wife Sarah. Looking forward to catching up with you and all getting together out in the sunshine and having a beer or a Taunton cider or something like that. But hopefully I can get this one right, because I've never played this one either. Or sang it. Dave used to sing this one. It's called You Make My Mind Stand Still. I know that it's your love keeps me going through this crazy dream. I know that it's your love keeps it glowing. Keeps it glowing, love light to be seen. Oh yes, and you make my mind stand still, like a boat on a troubled sea. You make my mind stand still. I hope you'll always be with me. Well, I know that it hasn't all been easy. Not been easy, life's old rock and roll. I know that you're trying your best to please me, trying your best to carry in my load. Oh yes, and you make my mind stand still, like a boat on a troubled sea. You make my mind stand still. I hope you'll always be with me. Here we go. Ba 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 da 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 do 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 do. Oh yes, and you make my mind stand still, like a boat on a troubled sea. You make my mind stand still. I hope you'll always be with me. Well, I know that if your love keeps me going through this crazy dream. I know that it's your love keeps it glowing, love light to be seen. Oh yes, and you make my mind stand still, like a boat on a troubled sea. You make my mind stand still. I hope that you'll always be with me. You make my mind stand still. Thank you very much. I got slightly distracted there because somebody said my hair is looking a bit fuzzy. So, yeah, well, you know, I washed it and, you know, can't do a thing with it. Shall I get it all chopped off for next week's? Shall I do a session next week? How presumptuous of me. Maybe I'll just get James, you can cut my hair, can't you? Yeah, do a buzz cut. Yeah. Okay, so onward with requests. I realise I've been saying like songs requests. I haven't been saying that before. So this song was requested by several people. Alison requested it way back. In fact, Alison's requested it quite a lot. So it's been there in the back of my mind, just thinking for the right moment, thinking about the right moment. It's hard when I'm reading these comments coming up. I must try not to do that. Sometimes I can have it on a screen, but I don't see them. Anyway, the one that kind of convinced me this week was John Cunniff asked if I'd do that. So this is obviously it's a Liberty Cage song. I like to think that it's still got relevance. I mean, at the time this was written, they had the workfare scheme. I don't know if you remember the workfare scheme, but the workfare scheme was basically taking people that were sort of unemployed and putting them into doing, jobs like picking fruit or painting and decorating and all that, which sounds fair enough, doesn't it, really? If they want to get back to work. But the thing, it wasn't totally fair enough, but it was they weren't really getting paid. So, that was the catch. It's called, and also with the tide and sea theme, it's called Swimming Against the Tide. Just look how my life has been improved. Given up cigarettes and booze. True, I have no wealth, but I have better health. And it's not from gambling I lose. There are many ways to live cheaply. I wear a coat indoors, it's good to keep me warm. I can do without heat, just to afford to eat. Think of what I could have saved before. Think of what I could have saved before. But I guess that's just the way the cards are dealt. I'm gonna make another hole in my belt. But I'm getting pretty thin, and the walls are caving in. Help me make it to the other side. Oh yes, I'm swimming against the tide. Though I have no money I can spare, there are lovely parks and walks round here. And you know it's free to join the library. Shame they're gonna close down next year. Get a little lonely now and then. I guess I miss the company of old friends. If they can't afford the time, they can borrow some of mine. Lord knows I've a lot that I could lend. Lord knows I've a lot that I could lend. But I guess that's just the way the cards are dealt. I'm gonna make another hole in my belt. But I'm getting pretty thin, and the walls are caving in. Help me make it to the other side. Oh yes, I'm swimming against the tide. But I guess that's just the way the cards are dealt. I'm gonna make another hole in my belt. But I'm getting pretty thin, and the walls are caving in. Help me make it to the other side. Oh yes, I'm swimming against the tide. In the last few years, a lot of things have changed. live a life that once to me was strange. My world's been torn apart, broke my spirit and my heart. The last few years a lot of things have changed. Now they want me to work for nothing, make me feel more useful in my days. They say it's work fair, well, I say I don't care. If I do a job, I must be paid. Otherwise you turn us into slaves. But I guess that's just the way the cards are dealt. I'm gonna make another hole in my belt. But I'm getting pretty thin, and the walls are closing in. Help me make it to the other side. Oh yes, I'm swimming against the tide. Yes, I'm swimming against the tide. Yes, I'm swimming against the tide. Swimming against the tide, ladies and gentlemen. And now switching over to a different beverage. Thank you, Helen. Thank you, Dean. So, where are we now? Ah, yeah, right. Okay, so this next one. This was sweet. I had about 3 choices of songs that I was going to put in here. Men They Couldn't Hang song. So it's time for a Men They Couldn't Hang song. But I do, last week I did The Night of a Thousand Candles. But trying to pick ones that were sort of rare or ones that I don't normally sing. So this is a rare Men They Couldn't Hang song. And I think I should have checked this before, but I think it's on Devil on the Wind. And so this song is a strange song. So Paul wrote the lyrics. He asked me to write the tune for this one because I haven't done my, that thing where people say put 10 album covers that kind of change your life or influence your musical taste. But right back when I was a little boy, I was a massive Doctor Hook fan, and I think Doctor Hook are underrated. I mean, go and look at their whistle test performances on YouTube, and you'll see what I mean. After some of the stuff, they weren't, they went a bit kind of too poppy for my liking, but they did some great songs. So this song is a sequel to a Doctor Hook song. So Paul asked me if I'd write the tune. Now, the funny thing about this, most people think that Ray Sawyer was the main singer in Doctor Hook, but he wasn't really. Dennis LaCorriere was really the main singer. Ray Sawyer was the guy with the eye patch. He kind of played tambourine and did a lot of singing, but Dennis LaCorriere was a fantastic singer. And one time he was playing at the Mean Fiddler. So I went there, and I went on my own because I said to my girlfriend, she didn't really want to go. I said, well, I'm not going to miss this, and it's going to be packed out. Anyway, I went there, and it wasn't packed out. There was a few people in there. I've told this story once before, but Billy Bragg was there, and there was quite a few musicians there. There was more musicians in the audience than there were kind of regular gig goers. And anyway, I brought a Libby Cage tape along, and I passed it to Dennis LaCorriere's dressing room. I knew the Mean Fiddler layout very well, and I gave him this cassette tape. But he said, come say hello. And so I had a chat with him. He's a very friendly guy. Anyway, it ended up that at the end of the night, we ended up having a sort of a lock-in. And we ended up sitting at the bar, drinking bourbon. And I don't really normally drink bourbon. But we were drinking bourbon till it was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And then I knew it was really time to go. But this was before mobile phones. So anyway, I set off on my way home. And I did say, so the Mean Fiddler was in Harlesden. And I was heading home to Acton. I thought I'd walk it home. It took me a long time to walk. It took me at least twice as long because I was zigzagging, and at one point I fell in some bushes and all this. I had been drinking bourbon, all night long. But anyway, when I got to my front door, I went to put my key in, and my key didn't fit. And I realised I was so drunk that I didn't live there anymore. I'd left that place. I'd gone to an old house where I used to live, and I couldn't get in. So I went to a phone box around the corner, and I phoned up my girlfriend and said, look, I'm really sorry. You're not going to believe this, but this is what happened. Anyway, so I was delighted when Paul wrote this song, a sequel to Sylvia's Mother, and I had an excuse to get in touch with Dennis LaCorriere again to see if he would come into the studio and record it with us. And he was very, very nice about it, but he said he couldn't do it because the original song was a true story, that the people in it are real characters, and so Paul's setting a kind of sequel with what these characters got up to next, or what some of these characters got up to next, wouldn't be fair on the real people. So that's a fair point, I think. But anyway, this is the Mendicant Hangs sequel to Sylvia's Mother, and it's called Mrs. Avery. Oh, and it's for Andy Williams. Thank you, Andy. Mrs. Avery phones, says, come get your boy. He's lying in my garden like a broken toy. My girl left town, she's headed west. Mister, you and me, we gotta clean up this mess. So I drove straight over, got him in the car, gave him black coffee, put him in the shower, laid him in his bed like I used to do. Went back to Mrs. Avery to talk it all through. And Mrs. Avery, like stones we are thrown together, 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 together and alone. In the tide we'll ride and roll till we get home. Hey, Mrs. Avery, I'm sorry to say, looks like my boy, he got carried away. It ain't been easy for us on our own. When there's a part of the heart not fully grown, and oh, Mrs. Avery, like stones we are thrown together, 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 together and alone. In the tide we'll ride and roll till we get home. Hey, Mrs. Avery, I'm not sorry to say, looks like my breath is getting taken away. It can't be easy for you on your own. When there's a part of the heart not fully grown, and oh, Mrs. Avery, like stones we are thrown together, 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 together and alone. And the tide will ride and roll till we get home. Mrs. Avery. Thank you very much. Cheers. Hi Neil in Thailand. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully you heard your song earlier. I hope you heard me. Hopefully you heard me butchering your song. I'll try and do a better version at some point, or one of your other songs. Yeah. So now, as we head into home straight, see, we're now 36 minutes. This is fantastic. Started off doing 29 minutes, and yeah. Anyway, so hopefully you're also enjoying it. Thank you, Helen. So time for a cover. So without a doubt, I had no trouble at all picking this one. It's a cover. I think it was. I'm going to get it wrong if I said Don Williams. Johnny Cash did it, and I did it on Swill and the Swagger Band, the Day After album, I believe. So it's kind of like going across that Liberty Cage theme into the kind of sea and tide theme, and this is called The Sea of Heartbreak. Oh, and before I go any further as well, I have got some notes here. So this one, it's scribbled out at the very last minute. Yeah, this one, I got a message from Brazil. I got a message from a man in Brazil who we used to know in the Bushranger. I hope John the Coat is listening as well, or watching. And so Mad Brian, the guy that we knew, Brian, who used to drink in the Bushranger, very fondly known as Mad Brian. And now in Brazil, he's an English teacher, and they know him as Mad Brian. So that's his name. So he's in Fortaleza. I should have said that. You know, how to go at getting around in Brazil. And one of his students, Artemisia, I think, is that correct? Is watching this evening. So, hola, I'm Artemisia. This is for you. Yeah, well, we all know it's the Sea of Heartbreak. The light in the harbor don't shine for me. I'm like a lost ship drift upon the sea. The sea of heartbreak, lost love and loneliness, memories of your caress, so divine how I wish you were mine again, my dear. I'm on the sea of tears, the sea of heartbreak. Oh, how did I lose you? Oh, where did I fail? Take me and leave me forever to sail the sea of heartbreak, lost love and loneliness, memories of your caress, how to find, how I wish you were mine again, my dear. I'm on the sea of tears, the sea of heartbreak, the sea of heartbreak. Oh, what I'd give just to sail back to shore, back to your arms once more. Hey, hey, oh, come to my rescue, please visit me. Take me and save me away from the sea of heartbreak, lost love and loneliness, memories of your caress, so divine how I wish you were mine again, my dear. I'm on the sea of tears, the sea of heartbreak, the sea of heartbreak, the sea of heartbreak, the sea of heartbreak. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for listening. My screen's gone completely dead. Yeah, Mrs. Avery, kiss, kiss, kiss. Cheers, Andy. I'm glad you enjoyed it. These could be old comments. Yeah, 10 minutes ago. No, I'm not singing Sylvia's Mother. You'll have heard the one I sang by now. So now I'm going to go for a massive gamble. Really, let's count that as the end. Count that as the end of the set. So please go to my Bandcamp page, www.swillodgers, I've also was involved this week in a project for Shelter, Cymru, Shelter in Wales, a benefit album that's been put together by 28 different musicians all collaborating together. I'll have to put the link on that because I can't remember I can't remember the link, or maybe Helen, you're online. If you put the link up in the comments, that would be great, because I know you looked at it. So anyway, this is so just pretend that we're finished, and this is the very last song. Now, this is a request from Tom Best and Paul Redaway, and the Little Bit Cage never recorded this on a. It didn't go out on an album or anything, but it was recorded as a demo, and it very, very, very rarely played live. But it did make a bit of an impact on some people, so I'm going to have a go at playing that. So this is another one where I believe I've got this right. Paul wrote the lyrics, and I think I wrote the tune. I can't remember, but I think I did. And I was going, you know what, I went through this earlier with a pair of glasses on, a pair of spectacles, but I've put them somewhere and I can't find where they are. So I'm just going to have to hope. It's going to be a mess, but, you know, it'll just be enough. I'm going to have a glug. I hope you've all enjoyed yourself. If you go to my Bandcamp page, by the way, the T-shirts, I've got a T-shirt up there and a tea towel. They're going to printers first thing tomorrow morning, so this is your last chance. I might get a couple of extra, but, you know, with all the different sizes and things, it's just going to work out best if you order in advance. Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope everyone's well. I hope some of you at least are able to be sitting outside drinking a beer, watching this on your phone or something. So this song is called Je Suis Mickey Mouse. Let's see. Late last summer I was reading my rag, working my way through the classified ads. And the classified ads, well, what did I see? Saw a job that was perfect for me. Vacancies, opportunities, saw a job that was perfect for me. I was 5'8", 24 and single, O-level French, nearly bilingual. 5'8", 24 and single, O-level French makes me nearly bilingual. Working abroad in the film industry, just an hour from the streets of Paris. And I'm Mickey Mouse, je suis Mickey. Hello, bonjour, guten tag, salute to lay and all of that. I'm Mickey Mouse, je suis Mickey. Hello, bonjour, auf Wiedersehen, adios amigos, and come again. Well, they gave me ears and they gave me tail. Don't lose a joiner from Rochdale. Yeah, they gave me ears and they gave me a tail. Donald was a joiner from Rochdale. We shared a flat with the 7 dwarfs, 1 Dalmatian and a Santa Claus. And I'm Mickey Mouse, je suis Mickey. Hello, bonjour, guten tag, salut de lay and all of that. I'm Mickey Mouse, je suis Mickey. Goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, adios amigos, and come again. If the children knew what happened at night, Minnie and Donald making stars and stripes. If the children knew what happened at night, Donald and Mickey making stars and stripes. Well, a dog and a mouse sounds strange to me, but anything can happen in a cartoon city. Yeah, I'm Mickey Mouse, je suis Mickey. Hello, bonjour, guten tag, salut de lay and all of that. I'm Mickey Mouse, je suis Mickey. Goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen, adios amigos, and come again. Come again. Thank you. That went better than I expected. Thank you very much for listening. See you next Sunday, same time, same channel. Have a great week and stay safe. Thank you very much, everyone. Bye-bye.